Here at Couchbase, we recently released version 1.4 of our mobile stack. In this video, I'll describe some of the technical details of what's new. SyncGateway saves log information in external files. Previously, you had to use some other tool to manage these logs. With this release, SyncGateway can now perform log rotation directly. The really exciting advances come in SyncGateway Accelerator. This diagram illustrates a typical deployment of SyncGateway when used without SyncGateway Accelerator. You would scale by using a cluster of SyncGateway nodes behind a load balancer. The difficulty here is that each node must receive and process all data changes for a Couchbase server cluster. Each node has to independently do all the same work to build the index cache. That works well for read-heavy applications, but it doesn't work well for write-heavy applications. In write-heavy applications, the index cache would be getting invalidated quite often. And so you have each node having to do the work of rebuilding the cache independently. Looking further at this simplified version, we can see the difference between SyncGateway running by itself and SyncGateway with SyncGateway Accelerator added. With SyncGateway Accelerator added, effectively what happens is you can have a cluster of SyncGateway Accelerator nodes that are listening to changes in the server, updating the channel index, writing that to a separate bucket in the Couchbase server cluster. The SyncGateway nodes simply have to read this new index bucket and don't have to do any of the work of assembling it. So you've split this logical work into two pieces, which allows you to scale it more easily. Furthermore, the accelerator nodes are sharding the data. They're able to process the updates in parallel. This splits out these two pieces of functionality and allows you to more effectively scale your SyncGateway deployments. Here we have a diagram that shows this in a little more detail. You have the SyncGateway accelerator node. That's listening to the DCP feed, that's the mutation feed or the changes feed in effect from the Couchbase server cluster. Doing the work to build the channel index. And so primarily writing to this index bucket. That takes the load off SyncGateway of forming the index. Now SyncGateway is primarily reading and writing documents to the backing data bucket and then retrieving its index from the index bucket, and that allows it to perform the synchronization function that enables all the synchronization capabilities and replication capabilities of a Couchbase client. This diagram shows the data flow that's happening. Simple example where you create a new document that goes to SyncGateway from the client. The client receives back the response that the document was successfully created. SyncGateway then writes the document to the Couchbase data bucket. SyncGateway Accelerator receives the update in the mutation feed, processes that update, and updates the index bucket again on Couchbase server. So you have two buckets on Couchbase server. So now how does that affect the replication? You need to look at the changes flow. So a client asks to find out what changes are available. SyncGateway is now reading the index from that index bucket and then can respond directly with the changes. So as we see, that's removing a bunch of the processing from SyncGateway and allowing you to spread it across the SyncGateway Excel nodes. SyncGateway Accelerator is an add-on piece that you need to license if you put it into production. You can download it to try it out. It's under this add-ons button on the download site for Couchbase Mobile under SyncGateway. We have releases for Linux, Windows, Mac OS. And you should actually look for the 1.4 release, not the 1.31 early preview of it. That's it, just hitting some of the highlights of the 1.4 release and looking at them in a little more technical detail. As a final note before closing, we actually have our 2.0 version developer preview available. 2.0 is going to be a major update. There will be a new simplified API available. There will be full text search available and dynamic querying, similar to what we have with our Nickel language on Couchbase Server. I encourage people to take a look, try it out, give us feedback. Thanks for watching. Be sure and check out our developer site, developer.couchbase.com. Take a look at our blogs on blog.couchbase.com, and stay tuned for more updates.